The first thing to do is to remove the air valve cap. Note down the pressure of your fork if you don't know it yet, and then release the air pressure with a specific pump or using a small hexagonal key, like I did. On the damper side, remove the rebound cap. Now with a 2mm hexagonal key, unthread the set screw of the low speed rebound knob, then remove both the low and high speed rebound knobs. Use a 15mm socket to unthread and remove the damper side bottom nut. Then thread again the nut halfway on the thread. Then use a 10mm socket to unthread and remove the air side bottom nut, and do exactly the same procedure you did on the damper side nut. Now place an oil pan beneath the fork to catch the draining oil. For the damper side, put the 15mm socket on the nut, and while holding the socket and the fork with one end, strike with a rubber hammer the socket with the other one until the exposed thread is touching the lower leg. You can actually even stop before if you see already oil coming out the fork. On the air side, do the same operation but with 10mm socket. You can now remove the two nuts. Then rotate the fork in the direction of the oil pan and start to slowly push the lower leg down the stanchions. The oil should start to drain from the fork. When it stops, remove the lower leg from the stanchions. With paper and isopropyl alcohol, clean the shafts and the stanchions. Let's move on the lower leg now. With a 90° peak, remove the old foam rings under the dust wiper seals. Then clean carefully the inside of the lower leg with isopropyl alcohol and a microfiber towel, helping yourself with a stick. Take now the two new foam rings and soak them in a cup containing 20W Fox oil. One side note here, the lower leg on the damper side later will receive inside a different type of oil. In my opinion, it's not a big deal to soak both foam rings in the 20W oil, but if you want to be super precise, soak one foam ring in 5W oil and the other one in the 20W oil. Check that the lower leg is properly and totally clean inside. Then place the two new foam rings in the groove between the dust wiper seal and the inside of the lower leg. At this stage, clean the sago ring and place it again on the air side stanchion. Before reinstalling the lower leg on the stanchions, pump the fork at 60 psi. Now put the lower leg into the stanchions and take your time in this operation without using too much force. Then slide down the lower leg, but not completely. The threads of the shafts should not come out the lower leg, since we need space for injecting the oils. Use the oil inside the cup for the foam rings path to load 20 cc of Fox 20W oil in a syringe and insert it into the air side. Then load 40 cc of Fox 5W oil and insert it into the damper side. To not get confused, I loaded 2 times, 20 cc for every time. You can now push completely the lower leg down the stanchions, making sure that both the threads of the shafts came out of the fork. You can replace the crush washes on both the nuts and thread them at 5.7 Nm. Reinstall now the high speed first and then the low speed rebound knob as shown in the video, locking the setting screw on the flat side of the thread. You can finally proceed to pump the fork at your desired pressure. Then reinstall the air valve cap. I hope you will find this tutorial useful. If yes, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel for free. In the meantime, happy maintenance and see you next time.